What's up, everybody? Gibson's Lawn Service checking back in. Look, I was going through all of my old photos, and I came across a couple of pictures that I had of this fertilized St. Augustine lawn that was about this thick. When I edged it, it was about that thick. And when I cut it, it was pretty stripes. The previous owner used to tell me, he said, man, when I walk out the door, actually it was a lady, he said when I walk out the door, it looked like a baseball field. Because I used to stripe it, and she got it cut every week. I cut it one pad 1 week, and I switch it up. It'll look so good. So anyway, I told this story before, but I'm just give you a little refresher. She sold the property, and when she sold the property, she said, look, this is the guy that's been maintaining my lawn, Gibson's Lawn Service. Give him a call. This what he was charging me to cut it. I think she told him the wrong number because she was the type that just didn't care nothing about money. Whatever the price was, she was coming on with it. So when the guy reached out to me, I said, yeah, I was cutting Miss Such and Such lawn. This is what I was charged. He was like, huh? He was like, is that for the month or every week? I said, nah, it's every week. I said, summer months is every week. I said, when it's not so hot, it's bi-weekly. I said, you have St. Augustine grass. That tends to be cut on 3.5 inches and higher every week. He said, well, she told me this. At that time, I was using PayPal. I screenshotted my PayPal, sent it to him. I said, this is what she was paying me. As you can see, it was every week. He said, nah, I can't afford that. This is too high for me. He was a doctor, by the way, from Florida. He can afford it. So he ended up hiring a truck in the truck. So a year go by, year and a half. His property sat in the water. And kind of like when you go into the marsh, I used to keep all that weed eating. So outside of his property line was trimmed up and shaped up, and then it kind of went into the marsh. The new guy that took over, he stopped at the property line. He let all the marsh grow back. The yard is brown. He cut it low. So I sent him the pictures. I said, hey, I said, good morning, Chuck and the Chuck Provider. But I said actually his name. We're just going to call him Chuck and the Chuck Provider. I said, this is how your lawn used to look. Sent him the pictures. He didn't respond, but I know he got it. Because it say it red. So as he look at those pictures, and then he look at his lawn, look at those pictures, look at his lawn, he probably saying, man, my yard brown. It don't look good. But when I look at these pictures, it's striped like a baseball field. And it's thick, pretty, and green. Now, if he called me, do I want to go over there and take back over his property? Yeah, I'll take back over it, but you got to pay. So, just putting that out here. I'm just going to make this my Monday rant and make videos throughout the day. And we're just going to go from here. Look, check this out. Something that was on my mind and it was bothering me. I'm going to tell you what was bothering me today. All right. I picked up this new property 2 weeks ago. Awesome customer, easy yard. And I'm going to throw y'all some numbers out here. I'm going to tell you what I was getting. I was charging $70 per cut. She wanted bi-weekly. No problem. I'm in and out in maybe 30 minutes. All right. That's not the issue. I asked her before I left. I said, hey, you want me to put you on the 2-week rotation? She said, yeah, let's do that. She said, well, I got to discuss it with my husband first. He's the man of the house. I said, no problem. Discuss it with him. So she talked it over. So she never got back with me. Now, this same customer left me this awesome 5-star Google review with a paragraph. For some reason, she turned around and deleted it. She ended up leaving the review a week later, and then she deleted it the next day. I don't know why, but I noticed she deleted it. I texted her, hey, thanks for the awesome review. I really appreciate it. She said, no problem. So this is her week right here for the 2-week rotation. I hit her up. Hey, Mrs. Such and Such, do you want me to put you on the schedule for 2 weeks? No, I said, hey, Mrs. Such and Such, are you wanting to get on my schedule every 2 weeks? The reason I'm asking because I don't want to give your slot away. She said, yes. Looking at one of my yards. She said, yes, no problem. Put me on your schedule. I said, okay, are you wanting every 2 weeks? She said, no, we plan on buying a mower. I said, okay, so I'm going to put you on the schedule for this week only. She said, no problem. So I'm thinking like, man, come on, gate, open up. I ain't got time for this. I'm a business man. So she said, no problem to this one-time cut only. So I'm thinking like, man, look, I didn't get that yard either. They told me I was too high. So I was looking like, man, why she didn't go with my service? I done an awesome job. I striped the lawn, and it was bothering me the whole time while I was cutting this one property. All right, and I dig there. I'm thinking like, man, why did this happen? I gave her a fair price. I done a job. She gave me a review. What's the problem? Then I started thinking like, man, what if all of them start dropping me? What if I lose another one? What if I don't pick up no more? It was bothering me, right? Man, I forgot to leave some door hangers out there. It was bothering me. So I said, you know what? I said, man, I had the conversation in my mind with myself. I said, hey, bro, wake up. Wake up, man. It's just $170 property, $140 a month. That's all it is. I said, man, since you lost one, since you lost one, the next time you were supposed to do her yard, you need to have 2 new ones on the schedule. I said, you know what? That's right. I said, this week alone, I need to pull in 2 new yards. This week alone. My mind is made up. I'm going to get 2 $70 yards this week. I was like, and I was motivating myself like, yeah, I'm about to go knock all. I got like 9. I done 2 yards. I got 9 more. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go knock all these 9 out. And man, go leave door hangers. And when I get off work tomorrow, I'm just going to have my Gibson's Lawn shirt in my truck. So when I leave work at 6, I'm just going to hit the neighborhoods leaving door hangers, right? Now, the whole time I'm cutting $160 property. I'm cutting this property. Now, I'm tripping on a $70 cut. But I'm on top of a $160 cut. I'm on top of a $160 cut. I finished the property. Now, I prefer when the customer texts me, even when they're at home. Do not come out there and stop me on the lawn, but just shoot your text. I'm going to get it and I'm going to respond. So I finished cutting the $160 property, pulled my phone out to send the invoice. The guy said, hey, can you put me on your weekly rotation instead of your 2-week rotation? I'm like, man, okay. So this how I just did the math in my mind. I said, all right. I said, so this property right here, if I'm not mistaken, I'm doing all the math on if I'm not mistaken. I said, man, 160 a cut. I said, man, so he wanted instead of me doing his property once every 2 weeks, he wanted now every week. So I said to myself, man, that's $640 a month. Instead of $320, it's $640 a month now. I said, so in other words, I'm still maintaining him for the $320 a month. I lost $140 a month. I said, so $320 plus $140, that's $460. So I said, not only did I lose her property, but he turned into a weekly that paid the salary for her property plus another $160, if I ain't mistaken, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm still about to go get 2 more properties. So as I was leaving his property, after I sent him the invoice, he said, hey, I hope you don't mind, but my neighbor 2 houses down is looking for a lawn man. Now keep in mind, this is a subdivision I just left. All these are $1 million houses, right? So I said, man, I know the house he's talking about on the corner. Once a year, that's at least, if we talking about the same house, the house he's talking about on the corner is once a year, 10-yard mulch job. I said, man, if I lock that in, that'll be some real cake. And that'll be winter work. I said, you know what? I'm definitely fixing to go up from here. This week alone, if God say the same, this week alone, I'm picking up 2 new $70 yards and we going up with it. Look, this is another tip I wanted to give out to the new guys. Only the new guys in business. Because I'm going to tell you something. The veterans don't really talk about this. I don't consider myself a veteran. I'm still a student to the game. But if you're overweight like me, I'm overweight. And when I'm out here working and sweating and drying off and sweating again, my inner thighs start chafing, right? That's like, anybody gonna talk about this? They too manly to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. My inner thighs start chafing. So what I started doing, I get the boxers that stop like right above your knee almost. They're kind of like shorts, but they're boxers. I know you're thinking like, man, it's too hot to wear that, but get the cotton boxers that stop above your knees and get you some baby powder. Put some baby powder on or whatever, put your boxers on, go out to work. And I noticed that was working fine until you hit about 3, 4 o'clock. You've been sweating all day. You got to put some more powder on. All right, so what I found out, my wife, she bought me some silk boxers. They're like silk. And they come almost down to the top of your knee. So I got the silk boxers on. I said, man, I'm going to try these instead of using powder, see how they work. They're actually working good. No problem. Everything is comfortable. So if you're overweight like me, you're out here in the heat, working in the heat, no matter if it's lawn care. Lawn care, you do a lot of walking when you're trimming and riding and whatever. But get you either some cotton boxes that stop right above your knees, or you get the silk ones that stop right above your knees. That way when you walk in, your thighs won't rub together, you won't shave. And just an extra precaution, put you some baby powder on, you'll be good to go. Peace out. Look, check this out. Do not go back to a property if you could have done it all the same day. Here's what I mean by that. If I got to get in your backyard and you got a boat blocking your backyard, I'm not coming back. If I done cut, edge, weed eat, put the mowers up and left, and you called it and you wasn't home, I rung the doorbell, you weren't home, and you say, my bad, man. You called me, hey, I was at the store. I see you didn't cut the back. I did. I'm like, yeah, your boat was blocking the gate. Yeah, but I already moved it. I just moved it. Listen, I'm going to catch you on next go-round. I'm not coming back that same day. There's no way. I mean, I'm not coming back the same day. I'm not coming back the next day. I have you on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday for a reason. I'm not coming back. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care how long you've been a customer. If I can't get in your backyard or your backyard block, why am I come back the next day? You know this. You know I got to get in your backyard. I'm not coming back. No. What's up, everybody? Gibson's Lawn Service checking in at the end of the day. Y'all see the sun going down. It's been a cool day. It's been cloudy all day. Not cloudy, but we kind of had like a overcast. It's been nice and cool all day. Remember I told y'all earlier in this video. You remember I said I was going to run it up and go get some more work. Today, I'm throwing numbers out. Remember I said, man, I lost that 70. And then I just picked up an 80. They getting the slot that the 70 dropped me off of. They getting that slot. So we going up with it. So I have really another week and a half to lock in another one to replace that one. So we just going to keep going up. We're going to keep growing, and we're going to go from there. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.